Last year, Lazio had a phenomenal season, finishing second in the Serie A. But this season isn't going to plan, as right now they're just above mid-table. So today, boys, I'm going to fix this by becoming their new manager, and by the end of this video, I'll be making them the best team in the world. So this is the starting 11 I've loaded into, and Jesus Christ, we've got a good squad. However, the downside is we've got a couple of really good players currently on loan to us. And on top of that, as you can see, it's not exactly a young team, so this is another thing we've got to bear in mind going forward. But we've got some really good players in the team like Daichi Kamada, centre midfielder Luis Alberto, and of course the man up top Ciro Immobile. So taking everything into consideration, this team is really goddamn good. And honestly, I want to keep the formation as it is. All we have to do is put Kamada a bit further up the pitch and he'll be in position again. As for the tactical vision, I'd like to keep it on standard for a change. I'm very curious to see how the team will play if we just leave it on standard. Now we do have 50 million euros in the budget for a Champions League qualifying team. That is pretty poor. But that just means we've got to make the most of it and try to improve this team as much as possible. Now I'm very tempted to bring Nicolo Ravella in on a permanent deal. He's only 21 years old, 77 rated. I feel like this would be an amazing long-term investment. His market value is 23.5 million. It will most likely be our one and only signing of this window, but I think it'll be absolutely worth it. Now I'm going to start the bid offering 25 million just to see what they say. They want 27.6 million. Okay, I'm very stingy. Let's go for 26.5 million. And they've accepted it. That's absolutely fantastic. We just now need to sort the player negotiations, and Ravella is officially a Lazio player. And it's official, boys. For 26.5 million euros, we have made Nicolo Ravella a Lazio player. And I've also sent a couple more players out to loan, because whilst they won't get game time with us, they'll definitely get game time elsewhere. Now we do have 20 million euros left in the budget, but I want to save that till January just in case we get any surprises along the way. And I've already changed the formation, boys. It's a 4-3-3 attacking variation. Now this is to make sure that Varela fits into the team and he gets game time. And with that said, the team does look like this going into season 1, and honestly, I'm really happy with how it looks. I personally don't understand how this team's doing so poorly in the Serie A, but hopefully we can turn that around this year. One player we may have to replace next year though is Ciro Immobile. He's 85 rated, granted, but he's 33 years old. That overall will not last that long like that. And obviously Lazio are in the Champions League in Group E alongside Feyenoord, Atletico Madrid and Celtic. Now in real life, Lazio was second in this group and are looking to go through to the knockouts, and that is exactly what I want. If we don't make it through to the knockouts, I'll be very disappointed. But whilst we're simulating through season 1, if you wouldn't mind dropping this video a like and hitting that subscribe button, that would be incredible. So boys, we just arrived in January and we are 9th in the league, man. We are doing just as terribly as they're doing in real life. Having said that though, we are only 3 points outside the top 6, so it's not all doom and gloom. I take it back, it's definitely doom and gloom. How the hell do we finish last in Group E with teams like Celtic and Feyenoord in them? No disrespect to Feyenoord or Celtic, but surely to God, we've got to at least finish 3rd. But looking at the stats, it looks like our wingers are doing the heavy lifting, man. What the hell's going on with Immobile? For some reason, Immobile's only played 4 games this season, man. Why the hell is Castellanos getting more game time than our best striker? The good news is though, we've got 37 million to spend, so hopefully we can use that money to actually improve the team. And honestly, boys, when you look at the squad, I really don't see why we're doing so poorly, man. It's a really good team. I think that we put all that money into getting a better right back than Lazari. He's 79 rated, he's 30 years old, he's the weakest link in the team right now. Other than that, boys, I'm happy to leave the team as it is. I'm still kind of curious how we're doing so poorly this year. Now, the right back I'm going for is Nordim Ukulele. He's 3 years younger and 1 rating higher than our current right back. I mean, it's an absolute no-brainer. And that is our one and only signing of the January transfer window. We brought in Nordim Ukulele for 26.6 million, which means this is the team that's going to finish off season 1. And I've got to be honest, boys, I'm really hoping this team pulls its shit together. I'm going to give this standard tactical vision till the end of the season, man, because so far it's been absolutely diabolical. We are currently 9th in the Serie A and we are out of the Champions League. We've got to put all of our focus onto the league now and gain us into Europe once again, man. We cannot have this team not playing European football for season 2. So boys, it's the beginning of June, season 1's wrapped up, so let's go see if we recover from the absolute calamity of a start. Nope, we didn't. We finished 8th in the league. We were 4 points outside the top 6. This season has been absolutely diabolical, hasn't it? On top of that, we got knocked out of the semi-finals of the Super Cup by Inter Milan, but we've beaten AC Milan 3-1 on penalties in the Coppa Italia final. How do we win the Coppa Italia but do so poorly in the league and the Champions League? I mean, don't get me wrong, the team does have its weaknesses, but surely to God, we've got to be doing doing better than just 8th place. But at least the stats did somewhat improve. 20 and 8 for Felipe Anderson, 18 and 8 for Constantalos, 15 and 12 for Kamada, and 15 and 8 for Zagagny. Although Valentin Castellanos has improved to 82 overall, maybe we don't have to think about a replacement striker. Maybe we've already got him. But honestly, boys, aside from the Coppa Italia, this season has been a massive L. 8th in the Serie A, and we finished 4th in the Champions League, man. That is just outrageously bad. We need to go back to the drawing board in Season 2 and figure out what the hell we need to do going forward to improve this squad. So we're now into our second year in charge of Lazio, and the first thing I'm doing is sorting out this tactical vision. Standard clearly didn't work, and we've got all these to choose from. The question is, which one do we actually go for? Now, it's not often I use kick and rush, so I reckon we go with this one because, quite frankly, it can't be any worse than using standard. Now, when you look at the team, there are a couple of positions I would like to focus on, but Ravala's position certainly isn't one of them. He's only 22 years old and already 80 rated. We've got to give this guy a chance to improve. Instead, I want a better left back than Maricic. He's 80 rated, he's 31 years old. We definitely need somebody better. And this might be controversial, but I would like a better goalkeeper, and let me explain why. The rest of this team are either in their mid-20s or playing really goddamn well. Ivan Provedel is 30 years old, and I think if we get a stronger keeper than him, we'll do way better this year. And somehow we've got just under 100 million euros to spend despite our absolutely god-awful performance in Season 1. And starting with the left back, I'm going for Fiorentina's Ferland Mendy. He's 29 years old, 82 rated. He's better than Marusic, and that's exactly what we need. And he cost way less than I thought it would, as we've only had to spend 29 million on him. As for the keeper, this guy's going to be the difference maker. Alex Ramiro from Real Sociedad, 85 rated. I mean, that says it all really, doesn't it? And that is officially our transfer window wrapped up, as we've spent a whopping 53.6 million to bring Alex Ramiro to Lazio. And that now leaves the team looking like this going into Season 2, and surely to God we've got to do better than we did last year. The thing is as well, a lot of these players are going to improve over the course of this season, so I'm definitely expecting us to get back into the Champions League. And I'm assuming because we won the Coppa Italia, we are in the Europa League in Group B alongside Strasbourg, FC20 and HJK Helsinki. And I'll just put it to you like this, if we don't make it out of this group stage, there's going to be a little bit of an issue on our hands with this Lazio squad. So boys, it's the start of June. Season 2 is done, so let's go see if we've done a little better than we did last year. This is more like it. We're top 6, albeit we are way behind everybody else inside the top 6, but it's way better than where we finished last season. And we once again only made the semis of the Super Cup, this time losing to Napoli. And this time we made the semis of the Coppa Italia, losing 4-3 on aggregate to bloody Juve. We're in the Europa League, we played 6 games and won all 6. We cruised to the round of 16. That's a bloody good start. We then absolutely annihilated RB Leipzig. This is a phenomenal start. We just about survived Arsenal in the quarters, and we battered Benfica 5-1 in the semis. We're playing Villarreal in the final. Boys, we could have won the Europa League here. And that's exactly what we've done. We've beaten Villarreal 2-1 in the final. We've got Champions League football once again for Season 3. And I'm not surprised, boys. Look at the team, man. We've only added a couple of players to this, bear in mind. This is all Lazio. And the stats this year are way better. Castellanos with 27 and 6, 26 and 6 for Zagagny, 17 and 8 for Felipe Anderson, and 16 and 12 for Kamada. I'm honestly buzzing this year, boys. Top 6 football. We made the semis of the Coppa Italia, and we've won the Europa League, man. That's a massive bounce back from Season 1. But we've got to keep this up, boys. We are once again in the Champions League next year, and there is no way in hell this team is finishing last in the group stage. So it's now our 3rd year in charge of Lazio, and as you can see, I've been a little busy sorting the coaching system out. And when you look at the team, boys, there are only a couple of positions we could do with focusing on. For starters, we need a better right winger than Felipe Anderson. He's 32 years old now, he's 82 rated. That overall isn't going to last like that for much longer. And this one I do find kind of funny, not going to lie. We brought Mukulele in to replace Lazari because he was higher rated than him and younger, but Lazari's improved more and become better than Mukulele, man. I mean, what can you do against that? And one more player we've got to keep an eye on is Luis Alberto. He's 32 years old now, but he's 85 rated. I reckon we'll get one more good season out of him. I don't know why, I just feel like we will. Other than that, boys, I feel like we can leave the team as it is, because once we sort those positions out, we will have an incredible team on our hands. And we've got 124 million to spend in Season 3, man. The board have been very generous lately, aren't they? And starting with the winger, I'm going for Leroy Sané from Newcastle United. He's 3 ratings higher than Felipe Anderson. I think that says everything you need to know about why I'm signing him. But believe me, Newcastle weren't letting him go easy, as we've just spent 62.4 million to bring him to Lazio. Now we've got just over 50 million left in the budget. And the right back I want to bring to the team is Lucharel Gertrude, but his asking price is between 76 and 61 million. It's a little bit out of our price range. But as you can see, boys, there's a fair amount of players we just aren't using, so I reckon we sell these players on in order to get the funds to bring Gertrude to us. And after selling those players, we've got just under 100 million in our budget, and that is now more than enough to bring Gertrude to us. So let's start the bid off at 63 million. I reckon that might be enough, you know. That is actually enough. Pochettino's accepted. We just need to sort the player contract out, and he is officially a Lazio player. And it is official, boys. Gertrude is now a Lazio player for 63 million on the dot. And we do still have 27 million after that transfer, but I'm going to save that till January. But now the team looks like this going into season 3, and with Gertrude and Sane in the team, I reckon we've definitely got a good shot of doing well in the Champions League this time. But thinking about it, we literally cannot do any worse than we did last time, even if we tried, man. We cannot finish worse than last place. But before we get to the Champions League, we're in the Super Cup against Juve, man, and I actually reckon we can take these guys out. It's going to be interesting, boys. Let's see what happens. Who's coming out on top? Oh my, wow, okay. Juve beat us 4th. I'm not even mad at that, you know. We didn't get battered. We gave them a really good game. We're heading over to the Champions League. We're in Group H alongside Atletico, Wolfsburg and Braga. Now, don't get me wrong, that is a difficult group, but I still definitely expect us to reach the knockouts. Well, boys, we've just arrived halfway through the season, and we are inside the top 6, man, 5th in the league, and I definitely think it's our time to get inside that top 4. But as for the Champions League, we are absolutely shocking in this competition, aren't we? First we finished 4th, then we finished 3rd. Like, what the hell is going on? The stats are absolutely abysmal, man. What the hell is going on with this squad? I mean, look at the team, for goodness sake. What more do we actually have to do well in that competition? Now, we have got 45 million to spend, and I think I've got an idea. I think it's time to get a better centre-back than Casali. He's 83 rated. He's the weakest link in that back 4, and I think if we get a better centre-back than him, it might make a bit of a difference. And the centre-back I want is Andreas Christensen from the Bottle Jobs. He's 29 years old, 85 rated. There's a couple of ratings higher than Casali, so this is the right option. And that is the one and only signing of the January transfer window, as we brought Andreas Christensen to Lazio for 38.7 million. Which means this is the starting 11 that's going to finish off season 3. And I'm just putting this out there, if we don't either win the Europa League or get top 4 football in the Serie A, we have got some serious work to do with this Lazio team, and maybe even have a massive clear out. So boys, we are once again in June. Season 3 is done, so let's pray to God we've actually done well this time. Well, it's about time as well. 2nd in the league at the end of the season. We are automatically in the Champions League, and hopefully this time we actually make it out of the group stage. We once again made it to the semis of the Coppa Italia, this time losing to Inter Milan 4-3. Are we ever going to win this competition again? We're in the prelim round of the Europa League. We absolutely smash Sevilla, and we go to the round of 16, where we go on to just about beat Marseille 3-2. And then we just about got past Nottingham Forest in the quarters. Okay, two things. How are we only just beating Nottingham Forest, and how the bloody hell are Nottingham Forest in the Europa League? Well, we get our revenge on Inter Milan in the semi-finals, and we're playing Feyenoord in the oh my god, surely we've got to have won this again. And that's exactly what we've done. We've won the Europa League for the 2nd time with Lazio, and one way or the other, we were in the Champions League. But how is this team not doing well in the Champions League, man? I'm actually very curious on what's going on. And Zaccagni is the star man this year with 41 goal contributions in 57 games. What a bloody player he is. This season, aside from the Champions League's been our best one yet. 2nd in the Serie A, semi-finals of the Coppa Italia, and we've once again won the Europa League. But honestly, boys, none of that matters unless next year we actually do well in the Champions League. And honestly, when I took a look at that team, I'm really puzzled on where we can actually improve it to the point where we're going to do well. It should already be doing well as it is. So we're now into our 4th year in charge of Lazio, and we've got 165 million. We've got to put that money to good use this year. Now, looking at the starting 11, if I'm being honest, there's only one position I actually want to improve upon. It's time to replace Luis Alberto. He's 33 years old, he's 83 rated, he's coming to the end of his career now. Aside from that, there's no other position in that starting 11 we need to improve, and that leads me to the subs bench. All we need is a better striker and a centre midfielder, and our subs bench is stacked to the brim with squad depth and talent all in one. And with 165 million, I definitely feel like we can pull this off. And first off, I'm going for Felix Emeka for that centre midfielder role. He's 84 rated, 25 years old. He is absolutely the right person to replace Luis Alberto. And boys, we came to an agreement at 54 million euros, and Felix Emeka is now a Lazio player. And that is our midfield situation sorted in the starting 11. Now it's time to work on the subs bench. And I've just realised we've got Luis Alberto on the subs bench, so realistically, all we need is a striker. And we do have 106 million to spend, so I feel like we should go pretty big for it. But I don't mean big in the literal sense. John Jonathan David, who's 5'9", 26 years old, 84 rated. He will be a fantastic second choice striker for us. But that is indeed our transfer window wrapped up, as we've just spent 60 million on the dot to bring Jonathan David over to Italy. Which means this is the starting 11 going into season 4, and let's be honest boys, it looks bloody amazing. I'm just putting this out there now. If we don't at least make the semi-finals this year with this team, I officially give up. But before we get to that, we're in the Super Cup against Real Madrid, and honestly, I do fancy our chances against these guys. Last year we did lose against Juve. Can we get a little bit of redemption? Yes, we can. Sane and Castellanos get us the goals, and we've won the Super Cup at bloody long last. And as for the Champions League, we're in Group P alongside United, RB Salzburg, and Dynamo Kiev. And I don't care what anybody says, screw United. We've definitely got to top this group with the team we've got. So boys, we've just arrived in January, and we are 4th in the league right now, but there's only 6 points separating ourselves from Milan. Could there be a chance we win the title this year? But we finally made it through to the knockouts, man. We finished 2nd in Group E. I don't even care that we didn't top it. The fact of the matter is we are through to the knockouts. And so far, the stats look impressive, man. 18 and 4 for Castellanos is absolutely fantastic. Now, we do have 50 million to spend, and controversially, I'm not going to touch this money. I think we've done all we need to do with this team now. And that means this is the team going into the knockouts, and I'm not being funny, boys. I can definitely see us easily reaching the semi-finals, regardless of who we're coming up against. You could put us against Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, PSG. I genuinely see us getting past them. And up first, boys, in the round of 16, you guessed it, it's PSG. And you know what? Even though that team is world class, I still stand by what I say. I think we've got a good shot at getting past them. We are at home in the first leg. Let's see if Lazio... Wow, okay. I find it hard to believe with the firepower both ourselves and PSG have got that we couldn't score a goal. But you know what? We go to the second leg. It's all to play for now, boys. Second leg, 0-0 away from home. And we beat them 2-1. Oh my God, Sakagni and Castellanos get us the goals that put us through to the quarterfinals. That is absolutely incredible. And in the quarterfinals, it's Dortmund. Now, I'm not being cocky or whatever, but I genuinely feel like we get past these guys quite easily. But we don't have Castellanos in this game, and that could be a factor for the result ahead. What is it going to... It's a 1-1 draw, man. Sane, Bazambani, or whatever his name is, it goes to the second leg once again. We are at home in the second leg, and we've got our full-strength starting 11 back in action. I reckon we absolutely dismantle them. There we go. That is way more like it. Gertrude Sakagni, and of course, Castellanos. 3-1 on the night, and we cruise to the semi-final. And in the semis, boys, is Manchester City. Now, I know I said we could take any team on, but that team is absolutely disgusting. This may be the end of our journey here. We are at the Etihad in the first leg. I think this is going to be quite interesting to say the least. Oh my God, in Mecca, we've beaten Manchester... Boys, this is actually mad, you know. The team is absolutely shattered, boys, but all we need is a draw, and we are through to the Champions League final. And we've done... Oh my God, we beat them 2-1 at home in Mecca again, and Gertrude, boys... We are finally in the Champions League final. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. It's taken this long to do it. And in that final, it's going to be Bayern Munich, the German giants themselves. Let's hope that this isn't too difficult. But heading over to the league, we finally won the Serie A by 2 points, man. It's about damn time as well. But we lost to AC Milan 4-3 in the Super Cup final, man. This is one trophy I just can't win for some reason. And we only made it to the quarters of the Coppa Italia this time. I suppose this is the price to pay for getting to the Champions League final and winning the Serie A. But look at the stats this year, boys. This team has seriously put a shift in this year. And the team we've put together for the final is absolutely incredible. With the likes of 88 rated Sakagni, 89 rated Alex Ramiro, and of course 91 rated Castellanos. What a player this guy turned into, by the way. And I'm not gonna lie, we've been very successful with Lazio. We've won the Europa League a couple of times, the Serie A, the Super Cup, the Coppa Italia, but now we've got the chance to win the biggest one of all of them at club level, the Champions League. Mecca's on the ball. I see that run from Castellanos. Sakagni is on the ball now. Can we feed Castellanos back in? Yes, we can. Castellanos, one-on-one with the keeper. Oh my days, use your left foot. Bayern pushing forward now. We've got to be careful with them coming forward. They're so dangerous. Look how easily they've just split us apart with a couple of passes. No, great blocking. Oh, Bayern through. Great defending once again. Oh, Bayern Munich are through. Oh, come on, man. That's so undeserved. I mean, I say they haven't deserved it, but they have been the better team, to be fair. Right, we've got to start the second half better than we started the first half, but it looks like we're about to. Sane Cuts inside, please. Finish it. Come on. That is a fantastic start to the second half. We are one apiece now. Sane cuts inside on his left foot. I don't know what he was doing here because I definitely didn't do that. But Castellanos puts us one apiece. Bayern are coming back with a vengeance. Oh my God, not Musiala. No, 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 no. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Bayern Munich are actually doing my head in right now. Pissing Harry Kane, for God's sake. We literally just get back into the game and somehow Bayern Munich tear through our defence like a hot knife through butter and get a goal back just straight away. Honestly, Bayern Munich are probably my least favourite German team. I can't even front with you. I hate them. We've got a chance here though. Kamada. If we get this ball into the box, please. Oh my God, Bayern Munich. I actually hate you. Can we get this ball over to Castellanos? This might be our last chance of the game and we've got to take it. Please, Castellanos, put this away. Thank God for that. Castellanos has literally saved our bacon, and this is probably going to extra time now. We never make it easy for ourselves, do we? Castellanos once again with the goal. What a finish that is as well. Bayern Munich are coming forward. Oh, not again, not again. I beg, thank God for that. Oh my God, I thought we were going to concede just as we were about to go to extra time. Now, I've come to the conclusion kick and rush just isn't working for me. Instead, I'm going to go for the counter-attack, man. We've got a lot of pace on our wings and we need to utilise it. Ravella's on the ball now. I'm looking for an option. Oh, Castellanos is through. Come on, mate. Use your pace. You've got to get past Inácio here. You scored from a worse angle than this. And oh my God. The keeper read it like a boot that time. Sane is on the ball now. We need a 1-2 on the go here. If we can get Sane released, there we go. We've got a chance here. Sane, we're against Alphonso Davies. We've got a chance. Please. Oh, my days. Keep it. Well, boys, after 120 minutes, nothing separates us. And unfortunately, it goes to penalties. Up first is indeed Harry Kane. He's going to go. Oh, my days. I hate it when the keeper goes the right way and we don't save it anyway. What's the point? Castellanos. Right, we're going to go top left here. Go the other way. Lovely stuff. Cunha against Ramiro. We're going to go to... Oh, thank you. This time we go the right way and we save it. Kamada. Okay, we're going to go straight down the middle. I don't... Oh. Van der Voort. Piss off. Williams, you're going to go... I went right. Oh, my God. Sane against your former club. You ain't missing this. Top right bins, lad. Top right bins. Lovely stuff. We're 2-1 up. Tillman now. Okay, I feel like you're going to go middle. Oh, my days. The second Panenka failed in a row. I bet Bayern Munich manager's going nuts. If I'm not mistaken, if we score this, we've won the Champions League. We're going to go top left. Come on, don't go top left. I feel like that's it. We've won it. Have we? Yes, we've won it! It came to penalties in the end, but we've made Lazio the best team in the world after beating Bayern Munich 3-1 on penos. We never do it easy on this channel, do we? It took us 4 seasons to take Lazio from 9th in the league to not only winning the Serie A, but the Champions League. But if you are still here, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed that, you should definitely click here to watch me rebuild Southampton.